Now that it's been officially released for public sale, those well invested in the Cosmere may be wondering, should I buy Story Deck? Before we can answer that question, we have to talk about what Story Deck is and what it is not. Stormlight Lost Tales is the first installment of a series of collectible trading cards called Story Deck. In total, there are 3 stories to collect, consisting of 52 cards per story, as well as a set of rare herald cards. Like other collectible trading cards, there are holographic versions and even a unique take on alternate versions of many of the cards to collect. We'll get into the details of what all that means in a moment, but let's cover what Story Deck isn't. It's not a game. Trading card games like Pokemon, Magic the Gathering see you collecting cards, building decks, and playing them in some sort of competitive format against your friends. Story Deck is just about collecting cards and building stories. There's no competitive format whatsoever. I mentioned earlier that Stormlight Lost Tales consists of 3 stories. To understand what that means, let's take a closer look at a card. On one side, you'll see a segment of a story. Each card is marked with a number, 1 to 52, indicating the order it falls within the story. The border art helps you identify which of the 3 stories the card belongs to. String together all 52 cards and you'll have a complete story. On the other side of the card is a piece of a mural. Every 9 cards, 1 to 9, 10 to 18, and so on, form a complete mural with some stunning artwork. Sanderson and team designed Story Deck with traditional trading card games in mind. If you have a standard 3x3 card binder, you'll be able to put your collection on display. Of the 3 stories in Stormlight Lost Tales, 2 of them are canon. There's a story about Lopen, and there's a story about Yasna. There's a 3rd story in there. It's about Chasm Fiends. It's called Chasm Friends. It's amazing. You have to check it out. In addition to the 3 stories, there are also 9 rare herald cards to collect, depicting a herald on one side and a mural-style artwork on the other. During Dragonsteel Nexus 2024, the heralds were the rarest and most sought-after cards. Finally, there are the misprint cards. These alternate versions of standard story cards have been marked up with notes from an unknown source containing small or quite large differences from the standard versions of story cards. I'm not actually 100% certain how many nonsense cards there are. During trading, I found that there were some standard cards that had even multiple versions, and that's Story Deck. 3 stories to collect, ultra-rare herald cards to track down, and fun alternate versions for you to uncover as you build your collection. But should you buy it? It really depends on you. A big draw of Story Deck when it released at Dragonsteel Nexus was the ability to go around and trade with people. I got to meet more people trading on the show floor than I met in lines or during sessions. And I met a lot of really great people during that too. But there was something really special about the energy that trading cards to build up the collection sort of brought to the event. It really connected people together. And you got a lot of packs. I think I got 18 from doing all of the events at the show floor. I was nowhere near completing my collection. Even now, without the packs that I just got in the mail, I didn't even complete all of my Herald cards. I didn't even see Heralds 5 through 9 up for trade. It was only people looking for them. So this kind of becomes the crux of whether you're going to invest in this or not. They're not cheap. 3 packs are $10, and a box of, I think, 36 is $100. There's also a binder you can buy. You could buy it at Dragonsteel. It's $25. It's pretty cool. It's branded with this series, Lost Tales. Presumably there's more coming. And it's made to collect, to hold your entire collection. I don't pay attention to the way this is laid out. I didn't lay them out very well. It's pretty good quality. Mine was binded a little weird. I'd recommend it if you're really into collecting and you want the thing that's specifically tied to this event. But you can go on Amazon and buy a standard binder for like 10 or 15 bucks. Sleeves are just as cheap. You can display your collection if you want. You could even do some more clever stuff if money's not an object for you, like a light box to really show those things off. The artwork is stunning. It's certainly well worth it. But if you're going this alone, if you're just looking to buy packs and hope that you assemble your deck, it might take a bit for you to do that. I'm going to be, after I finish this video, opening up all 36 packs that I got from a box so you can see the distribution. Each pack is completely randomized, so your mileage may vary on whether or not that set ends up, you get sort of the same balance of cards. But again, at Nexus, I had to trade around a lot just to get the story set complete. I was able to complete the set, generosity of people. They were giving out cards by the end, just the duplicates that you had. Nobody was looking to hold on to those. But, there was a real sense of excitement around trying to figure out like how many nonsense cards are there and trading for foils and trying to see what you could possibly bargain for herald cards. It's a lot of fun if you have a community to trade around. Who knows what will happen online? You might start to see people who are willing to, throw a couple of cards in an envelope and mail them out to you. You could have a local store where people are going to be interested in checking out Story Deck. You could kind of go and see if there are any Sanderson fans out there. And if you've got friends who might be interested in buying it, you could split a box, reduce the cost and see if you can grow your collection together. But again, if you're doing this yourself, be prepared to maybe spend some money. One thing I did see online was that Sanderson was pretty clear. He doesn't want people selling individual cards. Kind of defeats the purpose. This is collection for collection's sake. Take that with a grain of salt. Some people are going to do it. And if you're really worried about the canon stories, I looked earlier. I couldn't find it. Eventually, somebody will leak the full stories. I have them. I won't do it. They're really cool. You'll see some of the clips, I guess, of stories as I put in B-roll for this. But really what it comes down to is what you want. If you want to pick up a pack here and there, build your collection slowly over time, this is going to be fantastic for it. You're going to an event or you're going to go see some people. You're going to be around Sanderson vans, different conventions. Definitely pick up the game, keep a binder, and bring them out to trade. If you're going to build it solo and just collect over time, that's great too. I definitely think it's worth it. The art is amazing. The stories are really cool, and it's worth it. It's worth it. Let's just put it out there. If you're looking at this channel, if you've been on my website, you're really into the Cosmere, you're going to want these things. Just get it and save yourself the probably, 7 or 8 minutes that I've put into this video at this point. Later on this week, I'm going to be doing that video of opening up all the packs. Check that out. If you want to check out my website, investedinthecosmere.com, I do more stuff like this. I write about the Cosmere, histories and mysteries. I do it kind of at my own pace. I don't have a schedule. I write when I feel like it. This is a creative outlet. It's not my full-time job. I don't try to make money off this. Maybe one day I will, but for now it's just a fun thing I do. I look weird in front of my neighbors as I have my windows wide open and people can see me making like 60 different attempts just to get this one series cut. So if you like all that, subscribe, leave a comment. Are you buying Story Deck? Were you at Nexus? Are you getting serious FOMO because you weren't? Check it out. Watch the video later of me opening up all the packs. And yeah, go to investedinthecosmere.com, register, 2 weeks, get there. It'll be great.